Okay, so here's an added tool. We'll probably call it tool number 6 instead of like a bonus or something. I'd like to add some bonuses to these series at some point, just because I want to give you guys as much material as you can. I want you to be learning. I want you to have tools. I want you to be aware. I want you to, be open, because you're going to be indestructible if you are. Here is a very powerful tool. I say every tool is the most powerful tool. It's kind of like my daughter. She's always saying, you said that other song was your favorite song, because there's 20 or 30 songs I've said that's my favorite song, and they all are. So it's the same thing with the tools and the skills that we learn. It's really great. But this one here is so it's one that takes time to develop, but I can give you guys some things to chew on between now and when you get that down. I had a boss pull me aside once, one that I really respected at one time, and he said, "You've got to listen." And I'm like, "Yeah, I listen." And he says, "No, you're not listening to your client, because they are constantly telling you things, and then you don't respond to them. So when they say they want something, that's when I could say, well, here's how you get it." Like, there's all these little gold nuggets that the client would throw at me and I wouldn't jump on. And it is sales that I'm talking about. But what he said is, when you become a good listener, you will be a better father. You'll be a better husband. You'll be a better salesman. You'll be better at everything by just listening. We don't listen. We don't. There's so many of us. I can really only speak for myself, but as a world, we don't really listen, and it's getting worse with the cell phones all day long, texting, and looking at apps, and emailing, and liking, and ha-haing, and LOLing, checking our emails to see if the guy responded yet, and we don't listen. Um, when you really listen, you are going to, the heavens are going to be open to you. I'm just telling you. You'll carry on a conversation with a woman, and you'll be leaning on the bar or wherever it is you're at, and she'll say things all day long that are telling you everything you need to know. You don't want to get caught up in analysis. She says, "Oh, well, I've got kids and my ex this," and you don't want to be like, "Kids, what does that mean? She's got an ex. What does that mean?" You don't want to. It's you can go into this with ease. Just by being a better listener, you'll pick it all up and you'll be a better listener. Being a listener is kind of like a muscle. It gets stronger just like at the gym. It really does. But the one example I want to share with you is, I can talk with a girl and she will give away her thoughts on me by making reference to the future. This is just one little listening tool, a thing that you can listen to for. There's so many others. We could do a series on listening, and but it's not necessary, because in time, as you tune in from heart to heart with that person you're talking with, it'll get to where you guys almost don't even need to use words. But if you're talking with the girl and she says something like, "Well, when I see you again," or I'd have a fun time doing that with you, or they'll make reference to the future. That means they're thinking of you in the future. They just gave you everything you needed to know. You know what you're doing is working. You know there's going to be another time. You know you're going to get a number. All that stuff's going to happen based on what she says. Women give themselves away all the time. And I'm just going to tell you, in my women's series, I'm going to be teaching them how to shield a lot of that. They do it in their profiles. They do it when they're talking. They do it all the time. And they want to fight for it. Like, no, he needs to know this for that reason. It doesn't make any sense. Why? You want him to know for some silly little insecurity that you have. But that is the most important one, because any setting that you're in, That's kind of what you want to know is does she want to see me again? Because if a woman is really hardcore about not seeing you, she'll actually make those references too. Like, no, I wouldn't ever go with you. Or she'll make and drop hints that she doesn't want to give you her number, that she doesn't want to see you again. And it's just, it straight means 100%. She doesn't want to see you again. There are those immature guys that like to debate with women and cause creating contention, and a woman might even say, I hate you, and they don't. That's a totally different matter. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just talking about yay or nay right now at the most basic level. Listen to what women are saying. Because all the time, I'll tell a friend, she just made reference to you and her mom having a conversation someday. Dude, she's thinking about you. You're the one right now she's thinking about. And then there are other guys. I'm like, dude, what? She's doing everything she can to shut that door on you, man. What is with you? You know, and it's kind of scary. I really think go back to the assessment at the very beginning, um, because if you're assessing things correctly, and you are aware and you're open, you're not going to run into those weird situations where you're the creeper or you're the stalker or you're the over aggressive guy. You're just not going to be because you're aware of that. Those are defective characteristics that really are not a part of you unless you are a actual psychopath and you've got some mental issues. Yeah, listening is just so huge. When you're talking with a woman, you're not there to analyze her. That really would be defined under hearing a woman. I heard this, and this is what it means, and I'm analyzing it. You might as well write a full report and turn it into your boss on your conversation with her. If you just listen, it's because you care about her and you genuinely want to know what she's got to say. How many of you were in a conversation with a woman and 5 minutes later you have no idea what she just said? It's because you don't care. Or you're caught up in something of your own right now, and I don't know, maybe you do care about her, but you're not caring about that conversation. So if you are listening, you're almost going to be able to verbatim repeat what they had said later. And you are going to, when the time comes, you're going to know what her favorite flower is, the color of her eyes are and stuff, because you're a listener. So listen, guys, I'm telling you, you will be like a superhero, Captain America, Superman kind of person if you can really listen effectively. And it's one you're not going to get a lot of credit from her. I know she wants you to be a listener, but it's just going to allow you guys to communicate correctly and for you to tend to matters that need to be dealt with. And so good luck, guys. Listening, man, I'm telling you, that's what it's about. Great tool. I'm going to be adding that for sure, which is why you're watching it now.